Awesome. Thanks for arriving. My name's Roham. I'm going to guide us through about 45 minutes of Yin Yang. As always, you do as much or as little as you want. You're going to gain benefits no matter how much of the class you end up doing. It's always good to have a block and a strap nearby for modifying any of the postures. Let's get started on our back. Just take a moment, heels hip width apart or a little further, palms facing the ceiling. Take a moment to settle in on your mat, beginning to connect with your breathing. Concentrate on full lung inhales. And a full and complete exhale. Drawing the belly against the spine. Inhale. Fill in more air than you want. And relax on the exhale. Let's place a hand on the belly, a hand on the heart. You begin to feel the breath with your hands. Feel the movement that your breath is creating. Feel the belly rise and the ribs expand. Feel the shoulders and the jaw relax as you exhale. Take the next 3 full inhales into your belly. Concentrate that the ribs don't move. Concentrate the breathing into the lower lung. Feel the belly rise on the inhale and lower on the exhale. Only the belly is moving. Take the next 3 breaths into your middle lung, bottom rib cage region. So minimize the belly movement and the rib cage movement. Concentrate the breath into the middle lung. Next 3 breaths, upper lung breathing. See if you can breathe into the upper lung, to the rib cage. Expand the rib cage on the inhale. Minimal belly movements. Rib cage breathing. Now I want you to tie those 3 regions together. Let's try 3 full lung breaths. Inhale into the middle, lower and upper. Pull the belly tight on the exhale. Inhale into the hands. Exhale, relaxation. Full lungs. Next, we're going to move into wind removing pose, Ardha Padangusthasana. Inhale the right knee into the armpit. Interlace the fingers just below the right knee. Now shift the left elbow a little closer to the floor so the elbows are almost in equal distance to the mat. Big lower right lung breaths. Inhale. Press the belly up against the thigh. Exhale, draw the thigh down. Inhale, expand the ribs. Exhale, strong white knuckle grip. If you micro tuck the chin, you'll lengthen the back of the neck. Keep those toes pulling towards the knees and spread the toes apart. Try to create light between the toes. Working a compression. Preparing for your hip opening sequence. Next posture is going to be half happy baby. I want everyone to bend the left knee and take the outside of the right foot with your right hand. If that's difficult, you can use a strap around the foot and get a hold of the strap, or just hold on to your shin. Bring your left knee back to the center line. Ensure your right heel is directly above your right knee, the shin's vertical. Exhale, the knee straight down, protecting the knee. Some of us might straighten the left leg. Full lung, breathing. Shoulders stay connected to the mat. The sound of your breath, ujjayi breathing, great way to stay present. The more you concentrate on the sound of the breath, the less your mind wanders. Have happy baby and to thread the needle. So everyone bend the left knee if you straightened it. Place the right ankle on the left knee. Take hold of the right knee and heel with your two hands. Use the pressure of your left knee on the back of the right ankle to invite the shin, the knee and the ankle towards the chest at an equal pace. It's common to lift the tailbone and sacrum off the mat just to get that shin closer, but concentrate a flat spine. Concentrate hip opening. Toes are active to protect the knee, and I want you to find a neutral ankle. So sometimes you're pulling on that ankle. If it doesn't look like a natural ankle, bring it back to the natural position. Head down, shoulders down. One day that shin will rest upon your chest. Spine will stay flat to the mat. Slowly release that grip. Now, I want you to switch the legs, the left ankle on the right knee. Now, place the outside of your left ankle to the outside of your right knee like this. So not your calf, more the ankle. Take cactus arms, goalpost arms. Inhale across the upper chest. Keep your right foot right where it sits. And exhale, knees to the left. Feel the stretch down the right side of the body. Inhale, expand the ribs. Exhale, relax. It's a bit of a release for your low back. Stretching of the hip flexors. Inhale your knees back to the center. Boat pose, Navasana. Big inhale. Come on up. Grab a hold of your thighs for support. Take a moment here. If you're feeling supported in the low back, your shins are parallel. You're lengthening out of that lumbar. You're still breathing. You might let go of the back of the thighs. If all of that makes sense, shins and arms are parallel, and you're breathing, you might straighten those legs. Maybe you'll lift those hands. Now cross the legs and make your way into downward dog. Spread those fingers. Some of us might jump through, just step through. Bend those knees, relax the neck. Take a moment here. Hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart. Wrapping the shoulders around the chest, so eventually tip of bicep, crease of elbow, face ceiling. And take it up, so step your right foot forward and rise into a runner's lunge. Make sure that right knee is directly above the ankle, slight bend of the left knee, a lift of the pelvis. So feeling that psoas tighten and learning about that low back, protect that back. If you think this is too hard, you shorten stance or set your left knee down. Some of us might want to widen that stance, making our life a little bit harder. So the knee stays stacked, but you lower your hips. But you're still worrying about this, the lift of the pelvis, the opening of the back, the lengthening of the psoas. Breathe, Ujjayi. Get those shoulders out of the ear, so draw the shoulders down. Might be a Y shape, that's fine. Try not to jump. Find a warrior three. If you don't want to jump, you just shorten the stance. Feel the weight shift into the right foot and take flight, warriors. Tailbone draws towards left heel. And draw the shoulder blades together and lower that left hip. You can go back into your runner's lunge ever so slowly. Use that grace. We'll open up into a straight leg triangle, so left heel down, straighten right leg. If you were lucky, your heel will be in one line, or the right heel will line up with the left arch of foot. You can shorten your stance, a little bit more comfortable. Left foot slight 45 degree. You want to move that right hip back, left hip forward. Take an inhale as that hip moves away from that right foot, and set your right hand down for some support. Place left hand flat to your low back, and inhale, open the chest. You might have that hand on a support, block, shin, water bottle. If your low back feels good, you might place that left hand on your shoulder and point that elbow to the ceiling. Inhale that left arm up. Big toe mounds get additional pressure, toes are active. No weight on that hand if you want to work into that core. And breathe. We're going to keep breathing. And we're going to transition into half moon. Try not to jump. Bend of the right knee, shifting of weight into that right foot. Take flight, half moon. Hand on the block for support. Toes and hands are active. Deep lengthening breaths. Stability in the right leg. Ever so slowly, set the left foot back down. Let's get slowly back to the floor. We'll set up pigeon. So for pigeon, you can place your right thigh to the mat. Bring that right shin towards your left hip. If your right hip is lifted off the mat, you'd be advised to place a block underneath your right hip. If you're able to get that right hip to the floor, then you can concentrate finding a square shin to the top of the mat. Top of left knee to the mat. Feel that left hip, bit of downward pressure, waking up the right hip. Get out of that collapsed back. So I want you to press that spine through the shoulder blades and get the shoulders out of the ears. You got that space to breathe. And then you relax the neck. You're always welcome to use a block for support, pillows. Do pigeon over thigh. So not much is going to change for pigeon over thigh, except you're going to try to line your belly button up to your femur and run that femur straight up your center line of your sternum. You reach your arms out. Feel some lengthening in the left side of the body. Shoulders relax. Still concentrating full lung inhales, relaxing on the exhales. Pigeon the Foot. For most of us, Pigeon the Foot involves bending of the left knee and taking a bit of a deer in headlights stance. You can move that right shin to the right, set a block up underneath your right forearm, and get a hold of that foot with both hands. Look at that right foot. This is where a lot of us are going to stay. I know it feels counterintuitive, but we do actually want this left leg a little straighter, but side of the knee to the mat for now. So this could be here for now. If your forehead does end up making it to the foot, you're going to try your next stage. You'll be placing the elbow of the right elbow to the floor and relaxing. There's more. If you want, eventually you're going to get that right shoulder to the foot, moving even deeper. And very few of us would place the top of the left knee back to the mat. Janusarasana, so you're going to sweep that left leg to the front of your mat. You can shift the torso a little bit towards the right. I'm going to do a couple of variations here. So right elbow to the top of the knee. Inhale the left arm up. Keep that shoulder out of the ear. Some of us might place that right elbow on a block or floor inside of left elbow. Arm up, shoulder out of the ear. So this is a lengthening of the spine and an opening of the chest. I want you to get a collapsing of the left side. Some of us can go a little deeper with the same posture by taking a bind behind us. I like to grab a hold of my shorts, elastic band. You could get that strap around the thigh and get a hold of the strap. You can be looking up or relaxing the neck. It's your practice, what feels better for you today. Lengthen the left side on the inhale. Relax the right side away from your right ear. Slowly release. And take this into a forward fold over that left thigh. Simply framing that left calf with your hands, active hands, fingers pointing towards the foot. Some of us might want to interlace those fingers and get a hold of the foot. Get those shoulders out of the ears, and then forehead to knee. If your forehead's connected to a straight leg, then you might lift that left heel. I would rather your forehead be connected to a bent knee than hovering on a straight leg. Slowly rise. Great news, everybody. We only have two sides, so we only have to repeat that entire sequence one more time. Let's meet back on our back. Challenge yourself with a slow sit-up, reverse sit-up. Using your hands on the back of the thighs for support if you haven't built up enough core or you have a low back injury. Take a moment. Ardha Pavanmuktasana. Half wind removing pose. Inhale, left knee into left armpit. Interlace those fingers just below the knee. Exhale, draw that knee into the armpit. Elbows are equal distance to the mat, almost equal distance. Toes are active, spread toes, wide knuckle grip. Might be a micro tuck of the chin. And an engagement of your jaw, your breathing. Let go of the monkey thoughts. So we're working a compression, slowing of the blood in the thigh, and massaging of internal organs. Slowing the blood in the hip, preparing for your hip opening sequence. Everybody bend your right knee to start. Take hold of the outside of your left foot with your right hand. Or just take your left shin or get your strap on that foot. Left knee must be above the ankle, so I don't want your knee out here. Bring that knee closer so that shin is vertical. Bring that right knee back to the center line. It likes to splay open to the left. Stay here. Some of us are straining that left leg, that right leg. Shoulders stay down. Exhale deepens the hip opener. Lower, middle, upper lung. Inhale. Half happy baby. And to thread the needle. So everybody bend that right knee. Place left ankle on right knee. I like to get a hold of my knee and ankle with my hands. If you can't keep your head down, you're welcome to set a block under that head. But I want you to relax the shoulders and the neck. Check in on a neutral ankle. Activate the toes. If you can, spread them. Again, it's so common, you just lift in that sacrum, but keep things flat, spine flat. Concentrate opening hip. Concentrate inviting knee and ankle towards chest at an equal pace. Slowly release. And we're still working on that left hip, so let's set the right ankle on the left knee. More ankle, less calf. Outside right ankle to the outside of the left knee. Cactus arms. Inhale. Exhale. Try to keep that left hip down, shoulders down. Feel the stretch from that left rib all the way towards that hip flexor and beyond. Feel an unlocking of the femur. Held back to the center. Okay, we're going to transition into the yang portion of this side using a boat pose. If you have any low back injuries, use your hands to help yourself up. Don't aggravate any pre-existing injuries. Inhale, big stretch. Grab a hold of something. Set up a proper boat. Lengthen out of that low back. If you're breathing, you've got a hold of things, your low back says, I can go a bit further. Shins are parallel, then you might let go of those thighs. Arms and shins parallel. Try not to change anything as you look to straighten legs. Try not to change anything as you look to reach a little higher. Lengthen out of that low back. Down dog. Active hands. Could jump through if you want. Take a moment. Shoulders tight, index finger face forward. Over time, middle finger face forward. Get out of that collapsing in the upper back. So wrap shoulders around chest. Nice active shoulders. Runner's lunge. Step your left foot forward. Lightly. And rise. So make sure that knee is stacked. Slight bend of the right knee. I think there would be very few of us with a straight right leg. Again, looking to create space in that low back, drawing the pelvis up. Feel what happens in that right hip flexor. If you're like Roham, this is too easy. Widening stance, lowering hips. And drawing that tailbone up again. We're taking flight. We're not jumping. We're building strength throughout the full range of motion. If you need shortened stance, shift weight and take off. Warrior 3, so right leg higher, right hip lower. Might be reaching those hands back or forward, that's your choice. Breathe. Draw tailbone towards right heel. Find that low back space again. Learn about that back. And elegantly try to find full expression of runner's lunge. Straight leg triangle, so right heel down, straighten leg. You're welcome to shorten the stance, heels in one line, right foot 45. Move that right hip back, hand forward. So it's just a slight twist of the hips. Making space for your low back. Inhale, lay that belly over an invisible table, your hands there for support. right palm face low back. Opening up. Just trying to get those shoulders stacked. Left hip shoulders against that wall behind you. You might set that right hand on your shoulder and point it up to the ceiling. And inhale that right arm up. If you want to work a bit of extra core, you get that weight off of that left hand and you breathe. Big toenails get pressure, pelvis pressing to the side of your mat. Again, without jumping, transition half moon. Use support, right hand on a block if you need. It's okay if you fall out. It never matters. You're here to test the limits of your ability. When you're ready, you're going to set that right foot down with integrity. When you get back to the mat, pigeon. Bring that left foot towards your right hip. Set that left femur to the mat. If the femur's lifting, then you set a block down, or maybe just set it straight down. If your femur's on the mat, then some of us might start squaring that right left shin to the top of the mat. You could have blocks under the forearms. You have a block under the forehead. You have a pillow handy. Deep breathing, active toes of the left foot. So you're protecting that knee. Trying to ensure that right foot doesn't sickle. Straight to the back. Belly button to thigh. Pigeon over thigh. So just lengthening the right side of the body. Ballooning the ribs. Relax on the exhales. Pigeon to foot. Bend right knee. Grabbing foot with your hands. On. Your forehead met your foot. Get your left elbow to the sole of your foot. When you're ready, Janusarasana. Sweep your right leg. Torso to the right a couple times. So right elbow on your knee, maybe the floor, maybe block. This isn't about collapsing the right side, so try to find some length out of that low back. And if that means you got to keep your elbow up, that's where it belongs. Get that shoulder out of the ear, so bring it back to a neutral position and looking to open the chest. Some of us might get a hold of that elastic band, adding in a chest opener. Inhale, lengthen the right side of the body. Exhale, left shoulder away from your ear. Slowly release that grip, forward fold, Janu Shavasana. Bend your right knee so you can get that forehead to the knee. Have the hands down. Might have the hands on the foot. Gaze slightly under that right armpit. Maybe like this, it's your choice. Soften the jaw. Slowly release. Both legs in front of you. Put the blood back into those legs. Slight bend of the knees. Get back down. Windshield wiper a little bit. Shavasana. If you'd be 10% more comfortable, then you're going to bend those knees to release any low back tension. Take a minute to absorb the benefits of your hard work, your dedication. Connect with your breath and with your body. Move your fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Inhale into a giant morning stretch. Roll to your left side. You can use your right hand to help yourself up. Whatever is a comfortable seated position is fine. Thank you for sharing. Namaste.